I was in physical therapy school, I remember getting nagging back pain, nagging neck pain from sitting all day in class and then sitting all day studying. And I was getting frustrated, but then I remember I'm a school baby, I can fix this thing. So I figured out some stretches, some exercises that I could do every single day to help me fix my back pain, my neck pain. And I still do them today and it feels amazing. So let's try them. First one is the hip flexor stretch. So you can bring your chair up against like a wall here and then put a pillow down. You can do this pretty much anywhere. You can do this on your office chair. You can do this on your couch. You can do this any chair you can find in your house. Put your knee down on the pillow. You want to keep a straight line between your knee, your hip, and your shoulder, and then you can kind of thrust your pelvis forward just a tiny bit, and you'll feel that stretch pretty strong in this hip flexor here. This hip muscle can get pretty tight when we're sitting for long periods of time throughout the day, so it locks up our hips. We don't feel very good when we're always sitting in that posture, that 90-degree posture in our hips. So this helps unlock that. You can do that on both sides. You can do a 30-second stretch each side 3 times, and that'll really help unlock your hips a little bit. Another exercise I like to do to unlock the hips is just sitting on the floor in a figure 4 style like this. So this gets our hips in a different angle than when we're sitting all day. When we're sitting all day, they're kind of in a neutral angle. We're not getting them rotated at all, and we're not getting any mobility to our hips. But when we just sit on the floor in a figure 4 position, kind of like this, I don't even know if this is called figure 4, in a cross-legged position like this is a really good way to get hip external rotation in our hips. So it allows our hips just to kind of relax towards the floor and allows to get that range of motion in that hip in a really passive way. So you don't really have to do an exercise for this. You can just sit on the floor, watch TV in this position. You can do whatever work you're doing in this position. Just like 5 to 10 minutes. It'll really help your low back muscles get less tense, because when we're sitting all day, they can get kind of tense when we're sitting in a chair. It can relax those back muscles, relax those hip muscles, give us a little bit more mobility. And if you're getting value from this content, consider dropping a like or tipping a coffee. It really helps support the channel. And comment below, let me know how these exercises are feeling. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And then the next one is a pec stretch that you can do on a corner of a wall. So you'll take both of your hands, you'll place them on either side of the wall. And the idea is you're going to put one foot forward, place both your hands on each side of the wall, and then you're going to lean forward to get that stretch in your pec muscles, because when we're sitting all day, our shoulders are rounded. These muscles are getting really tight when they're in that position for really long periods of time throughout the day, and it doesn't feel very good. It can lock us up. Our posture gets bad, and we can't sit up nice and tall like we want to do. So you'll place each hand on the wall, lean forward until you feel a comfortable stretch in the front of your chest, and then you'll just hold that position for about 30 seconds, and then you can lean back nice and easy, and you can do 3 of those. And that's a good exercise to get our chest muscles a little bit stretched. And then the last exercise is the best exercise. I do this multiple times a day. Sometimes I love the functional squat exercise. So what this is when you can get into a functional squat position, sort of like this. This position here can help stretch out your low back. It can open up your hips in this position. My feet are pretty like externally rotated, but if you can get your feet in a position where you're able to get your heels down in this position, you'll get a really good like heel stretch, calf stretch, like Achilles stretch. And that's really good for when we're sitting all day, because when we're sitting all day, those muscles tend to get tight because our feet aren't getting stretched, our ankles aren't getting stretched. So we're not getting that mobility in our foot and our ankle that we need. So this really helps unwind a lot of that. And if you can't really get into this position, if it's really difficult, you can grab an object, like you can grab the bottom of your sofa, you can grab a bookshelf like this just to hold on to, and you can slowly lean back and try to get your heels down to the ground. Try to keep your toes so they're not too far pointed out. If they're pointed out, you're not going to get that heel stretch as much. So try to keep them pointing forward as much as you can, as comfortably as you can. And then let your low back just kind of sit back in this position. And then you can kind of bring your mid back up. It's a good little mid back extension mobility exercise as well. So you can just hang out in this position for about 5 minutes. And then once it gets easier, you're not going to need something to hold on to. You can just kind of hang out in this position just like this. And allow yourself just to be able to get that benefit. You'll feel that in your low back, you'll feel that in your hips, and do it 5 minutes watching TV. You can do it while you're working. It's a great mobility exercise, functional squat exercise that I love to do. And if you're looking for other ways to help undo sitting, I did another video on how to undo sitting if we're sitting in our office chair for really long periods of time throughout the day. Check out that video here, and I'll see you over there.